Welcome to the Azuki TCG. This is a how to play video to teach you everything you need to know to start playing the game. The Azuki TCG is a dynamic strategic card game with one simple objective: defeat your opponent's leader by reducing its health to 0. To achieve this, you'll deploy entities, cast spells, equip weapons, and manage your forces across both the alley and the garden. Your path to victory lies in the synergy between your leader's abilities and your gate's power, the combination that defines your deck's strategy and playstyle. Let's get started. To play the Azuki TCG, you'll need a deck made up of 1 leader card, 1 gate card that matches your leader's element type, 10 IKZ cards, also known as Ikuzo cards, which serve as the resources used to play cards or activate certain abilities. You will also need a 50-card main deck containing various types of cards that you'll draw throughout the game. Your main deck may include up to 4 copies of any card with the same card ID. They must match your leader's element type or be neutral type cards. With your deck ready, let's set up the playfield. In the Azuki TCG, the field is divided into 2 rows: the alley, your back row, and the garden, your front row where combat takes place. To set up, start by placing your leader card face up in the garden, and the gate card face up in the alley. Shuffle your main deck and place it face down in the main deck area. Then, place your Ikuzo cards face down in the Ikuzo pile. Set aside your Ikuzo token nearby to be used if you go second. More on this later. You may use a 20-sided die to track the health of your leader. Once everything is in place, decide who goes first. Roll a die or use any method you prefer. Lastly, both players draw a hand of 7 cards from their main deck. If you are unhappy with your hand, you may mulligan. To mulligan, place the 7 cards from your hand to the bottom of your deck, draw a new hand of 7 cards, then shuffle your deck. You may only mulligan once per match. Let's review the different card categories. Each card shows its card category in the top right corner, whether it's a leader, gate, entity, spell, or weapon. These categories define how each card is used during the game. Leaders and gates are permanent cards that are placed on the field before the game begins. Entities, spells, and weapons are playable cards drawn from your deck into your hand. Let's first take a closer look at the cards in the field. The leader is a permanent card placed in the garden. Your leader defines your deck's element. It provides a unique ability that supports your strategy and has a health value that you must protect. If it hits 0 first, you lose the game. Leaders don't have a base attack value, but they can attack if they gain attack power from a weapon or another card effect. The gate is a permanent card placed in the alley and shares your leader's element. The gate is used to portal one of your untapped entities from the alley into the garden. Doing so lets you activate powerful effects unique to the type of gate you are using. We will explain portaling in detail later in this video. Next, let's see some of the playable cards in your hand. Playable cards like entities, spells, and weapons have a few things in common. They all have a card cost, which is indicated by the number at the top left corner. They each have a text box where keyword abilities and card effects are described. Stated close to the bottom of each card is 1 or more subtypes that describe their role or identity, providing flavor or mechanical distinctions that may be referenced by other card effects or abilities. Entities are your leader's allies placed in the field when played. They have an attack power, a health value, and a gate power value unique to entity cards. When you play an entity, you may place it in either the alley or the garden, up to 5 entities per row. If a row is full and a 6th entity would enter the selected row, you must choose 1 entity to replace. The replaced entity is sent to the discard pile before the new one enters. Entities in the garden can attack. Entities in the alley can't attack but may be portaled into the garden using your gate to activate gate effects. Keep in mind, whenever an entity enters the garden, whether played directly or portaled, it has cooldown, meaning it cannot be tapped to attack or use abilities on that same turn. Once played, entities stay in the field until combat or card effects cause them to be destroyed or removed from the field. Spells provide powerful one-time effects and do not stay in the field. After their effects resolve, they are placed in the discard pile immediately. Spells with the main keyword can be played during your main phase. Spells with the response keyword can only be played during your opponent's turn when your opponent declares an attack. Weapons are equipment cards that can provide additional attack power and unique card effects to your leader and entities. When played, a weapon card must be equipped to your leader or an entity in your garden. There is no limit to how many weapons can be equipped to the same card. Weapons remain in play for only one turn. Any equipped weapon must be placed in the discard pile at the end of the turn. Keep in mind, should an equipped entity be removed from the garden, any weapon equipped to it will be removed from play and placed in the discard pile. Now that we know what the cards do, let's start the game. Each turn is broken into 4 main phases: the start of turn phase, the resource phase, the main phase, and the end of turn phase. In the start of turn phase, simply follow the red steps to take a few important actions. R. Reset. Untap any tapped cards, turning them back to their upright position. E. Effects. Activate any start of your turn and start of each turn card effects, starting with the active player, resolving all their card effects first in the order of their choosing, then the opponent does the same with their card effects. D. Draw. Draw a card from the main deck. The player going first skips the first start of turn phase and goes directly to the resource phase. During the resource phase, take an Ikuzo card from the Ikuzo pile and place it face up in your Ikuzo area. Then on to the main phase. During the main phase, you may take these actions in any order as many times as you'd like if you are able to do so. Play cards, activate any card effects, portal an entity with your gate, or attack. To play a card, tap the required number of Ikuzo cards to pay for the card cost. 1 Ikuzo must be tapped to pay for this 1 cost Crate Rat Kurobo card. Some cards like this one have a unique card effect that may be activated when the card is played. This effect puts some of the cards on the top of the deck into the discard pile. We have no more remaining Ikuzo cards to be tapped and no other cards in hand that can be played this turn. Next, let's portal the entity with the gate card to activate the gate's effect. To portal an entity, select an untapped entity in the alley, even if it's an entity that came into play this turn, like Crate Rat Kurobo, and move it from the alley to the garden. Tap your gate to declare that you're activating its gate effect. Then, resolve the rest of the gate's effect by following the rule text on the gate card. For the Surge Gate, the gate effect lets you play a weapon card directly from your discard pile without having to pay its cost. But the cost of the weapon must be equal to or lower than the gate power of the portaled entity. Crate Rat Kurobo has a gate power of 1, therefore the Black Jade Dagger with a cost of 1 can be played. Let's equip it to the leader Ryzen. Now, it is time to attack. Since Crate Rat Kurobo just entered into the garden, it has cooldown and cannot attack this turn. Leaders do not have a cooldown and can attack when equipped with a weapon. To attack, tap the leader, then choose the target of the attack. Let's attack the opponent's leader Xiao directly. Xiao takes 1 damage from the attack. That's all that can be done during the main phase of this turn. During the end of turn phase, a few events can happen in this order. Activate any end of turn effects starting with the active player, resolving all their card effects first in the order of their choosing, then the opponent does the same with their card effects. Reset the health of any entity in play that took damage this turn. Expire any until the end of turn or similar duration-based effects such as conditions or stat changes on your leader or entities. And lastly, all equipped weapon cards are moved to the discard pile. The player going second does not skip the start of turn phase. Reset. Since it is the first turn, there is nothing to untap. Effects. Neither player has any start of turn effects. Draw. Draw a card from the main deck. Next is the resource phase. Take an Ikuzo card from the Ikuzo pile and place it face up in the Ikuzo area. The player going second also gains an Ikuzo token card in their Ikuzo area. The Ikuzo token is a single-use resource used to pay for card costs and for activating card effects like a normal Ikuzo card. It can be kept and used at any time, but once it is used, it is immediately removed from the Ikuzo area for the rest of the game. On to the main phase. Tap both the Ikuzo card and the Ikuzo token to play a 2-cost Foamback Crab in the alley. The Ikuzo token is used up and removed from the game. Portal an entity. Tap the gate to activate its gate effect. Portal the Foamback Crab from the alley into the garden. Then resolve Hydromancy's gate's effect, which untaps a number of Ikuzo cards equal to or less than the portaled entity's gate power. The Foamback Crab has a gate power of 1, so 1 Ikuzo card is untapped. The now untapped Ikuzo card can be used to play a 1-cost Ray card. Since the gate card has already been used this turn, no more entities can be portaled from the alley to the garden. While Ray has a 0 for her gate power, it would result in 0 untapped Ikuzo using the gate's effect, so it is best to play her directly into the garden. Both the Foamback Crab and Ray have cooldown from entering the garden this turn, so they cannot attack until the next turn. Lastly, the end of turn phase is pretty uneventful with nothing to activate or resolve, so that concludes this turn. Okay, let's play through another turn. Start of turn phase. Reset. Untap all tapped cards. Effects. There are no start of turn effects to activate. Draw. Draw a card from the main deck. Resource phase. Gain 1 Ikuzo card. Main phase. Tap 1 Ikuzo card to play the 1-cost Black Jade Recruit in the alley. After resolving Black Jade Recruit's on-play effect, tap the gate card to portal Black Jade Recruit into the garden, activating the gate's effect to play Black Jade Dagger from the discard and equip it to the Black Jade Recruit. With the remaining Ikuzo card, you can activate your leader's ability. Ryzen's leader ability gives one of your equipped entities Charge, an ability that allows it to attack on the turn it entered into the garden. It is time to attack. Combat. With entities on the field, let's take a closer look at combat. Combat is broken into 3 main phases. Active player attack declaration, defending player response window, and combat resolution. First, declare an attack by tapping your attacking entity, turning it sideways, then choose a target for the attack. You must declare 1 attack at a time. Your opponent's entities in the garden can only be attacked if they are tapped. Currently, none of them are tapped, so they can't be attacked. Your opponent's leader, however, can always be attacked. After an attack is declared, before damage is dealt and resolved, the defending player is given a window to respond to the attack. The defending player may play any number of response spells, playing and resolving them 1 at a time, or activate any response card effects, such as Xiao's leader ability. The defending player may also activate any defender ability, like the one on the Foamback Crab, to redirect the attack to that card instead. Once the defending player is done with any responses, damage is finally dealt and resolved. Let's look at a few different scenarios. When an entity attacks another entity, damage is dealt simultaneously. Black Jade Recruit will deal 1 damage to Ray, and Ray deals 1 damage back at the same time. Black Jade Recruit is destroyed and placed in the discard pile. Ray survives combat with 1 health remaining until the end of the turn. Should Ray be attacked again or takes 1 more damage from another source, it will be destroyed. Otherwise, at the end of the turn, its health will be reset back to full. When a leader has attack, combat works just like with entities. Damage is dealt simultaneously. If the leader has no attack, it still takes damage when attacked but deals none in return. Let's look at a few examples. If a leader with no attack is attacked by a 1/1 entity, the leader takes 1 damage and the entity takes no damage. If a leader with 1 attack attacks a 0/1 entity, the leader takes no damage and the entity is destroyed. If a leader with 2 attack attacks a 1/2 entity, both deal damage at the same time. The leader takes 1 permanent damage and the entity takes 2 damage and is destroyed. You now have all the basic knowledge to get started with the Azuki Trading Card Game. For additional information, please refer to the comprehensive rulebook on tcg.azuki.com. Thank you for watching this How to Play video. See you in the garden!